Hello, welcome to the Working Title Podcast, the podcast that may never be named but will always be working on something. Today we're going to continue our Bloody Christmas series, where we talk about all of Quentin Tarantino's movies that he has directed. Today we're going to be talking about the Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2 movies, because it's one continuous story, might as well do both at the same time. My name is Seamus McMahon, and today I am joined by Joshua Powers. How you doing, bud?
I'm really happy today, Seamus.
Yeah?
Yeah, I am.
Good. So let's start talking about the movies. What do you think about them?
Oh, they're fucking phenomenal, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's just get your initial thoughts.
my initial thoughts on the first one.
Yeah. Either one. On the first one.
I really like so much about it. I really like the opening scenes in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the scene where Vivica A. Fox, Uma Thurman's character, she's in the hospital.
Right. Well, it starts with the Vivica A. Fox fight.
This is the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where she's like standing outside of that, outside of Vivica A. Fox's house.
Yeah.
And like her daughter lets her in. No.
They fight, and then the daughter comes in, and then they're
right.
like, they try to act all tame and stuff.
But they're like covered in sweat and like
covered,
bloody.
all fucked up. Yeah, I thought that was a good scene.
It's so fucking good.
Emma she doesn't like that scene. She thought it was very unrealistic.
Really?
Yeah.
Everything about that movie's unrealistic.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
You know?
Yeah, she was just shitting on it, but yeah, I thought that was a good scene. I like the fighting, the way it's choreographed is really interesting.
Oh yeah, it's super good.
Yeah.
So if you don't know about Kill Bill, it's a story about. Oh man, that's actually kind of hard to describe. It's like a revenge story.
Yeah.
You know, so this
She's
woman
trying to find them revenge, man.
Yeah, this woman like gets involved with some like assassination group or something like that, and then wants to get out of it because she's having a kid or doesn't like it anymore or something like that, and gets pregnant, and the assassination group doesn't like that so much, so they kill her and take her baby. And it's just her story of revenge, trying to figure out where her daughter is and kill all the people that tried to kill her in the first place. Which she starts off with Vivica A. Fox, because this is like just a star-studded cast.
Yeah.
Because you got Uma Thurman, Vivica A. Fox,
it's loaded to the gills.
Michael Madsen, David Carradine.
Yeah.
Right? That's Bill, right?
Yeah.
David Carradine, the choke jerk guy.
Lucy Liu.
Yeah,
she's
Lucy
in the
Liu.
second one. Is she
She's in the first one. She's the ending of the first one.
Yeah. It's soundtrack by the RZA.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
RZA.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's right. I forgot about that.
The second one has Robert Rodriguez and the RZA, which is awesome for the music.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's awesome.
Man. Yeah, because the music is fucking fantastic. Yeah. And again, in this one, like, the costuming is so goddamn good.
Oh, for sure.
The way that Quentin Tarantino and whoever did the costuming and the set direction were just in sync the entire time.
Yeah.
You know?
It's they really created that world, and it looks you get sucked in. It's very real.
Yeah.
It feels very real.
Especially in the beginning part where they're in Vivica A. Fox's house.
Yeah.
And it looks lived in, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
It's like super well set directed.
Yeah.
Or set.
Absolutely.
Or whatever.
Doesn't look like it's a set.
Yeah. It looks like a fucking house.
Yeah.
Like they actually live there as a family.
Even though probably what they did was they did all the shots outside the house. They just shot like a normal house in the suburbs, and then everything on the inside they probably just did like in the studio somewhere.
Maybe. I don't know, because there's a shot from inside the house, like in the kitchen area, shooting out towards the street when her daughter walks up from the school bus.
Oh,
so it might have been in a real house. I don't know.
Yeah.
But especially even like the hospital. It's like, you see hospitals all the time in movies and TV. It's like, well, that's a hospital.
Yeah.
But this one is like, all right, that makes sense that she's in a hospital. Yeah. This looks really, really real.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
It's kind of fucked up that she's like getting raped.
Yeah.
In there. That's really fucking awful.
It happens.
So it's even
it's weird. I don't condone it, but it happens.
Definitely not.
You know?
Definitely not.
It's fucked up.
You think Harvey, when he watched that, he was like, maybe felt a little guilty?
No. Of course not.
You kidding me? Does he even have a pulse?
Maybe.
He has bacon, money, and fucking Swiss cheese running through his pulses,
Yeah.
running through his blood at all times. And the desire, the unquenchable desire. He can never do that again now. You know, he can never rape women again.
Oh, definitely not.
Everybody knows.
Yeah, he's gonna go to prison immediately. Like, there's no reason for a trial, yeah, at all. Put him to death. Whatever. I don't care.
Man.
Guillotine him.
Damn, dude.
But yeah. Oh
Swiss
man.
cheese veins, son.
Man, it's like, it's so weird to think that he had such a hand in all
I know, isn't that
of this
fucked
stuff.
up? Like all these great movies. I mean,
Yeah.
some of the greatest films of all time.
Yeah, he probably really loved Quentin Tarantino too, because Quentin Tarantino loves doing foot shots.
Oh yeah.
You notice that?
Oh, man.
Especially in this one, it's like in Kill Bill 1, it's really weird because it's when she's in a coma. They shoot from the end of the bed, and her feet are showing. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so weird. But man, that entire like sequence of her in the hospital and Buck in the pussy wagon.
Yeah, the pussy wagon. Legendary pussy wagon.
Yeah. Oh man, that's such a fucking cool truck. I think I've seen it before,
Yeah.
like in real life, like driving around.
Oh really?
I think so. I feel like I have, like somewhere in
Nice.
Texas. I think it was in
Nice.
Texas. But damn, what are you doing, Cole?
What about that guy?
Weirdo. All right. But let's
So
see.
what are some of your other favorite scenes?
Dude, the entire movie. So the entire movie is so goddamn good. But I think, especially in Volume 1, the end sequence where she's going. Actually, like the entire last half of the movie is so good, where it turns into like an old school kung fu movie.
Yeah.
Where it's the flashback while she's in the car. She's like trying to get her feet to move.
Yeah.
And she flashes back to when she gets taken to that like kung fu master, and he's
Yeah.
like training her. That entire sequence is so good, and then it cuts back to her like finally getting able to move
Yeah.
and driving the car away and like getting the ticket to Japan and going to whatever that restaurant is where Lucy Liu is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. The
Hell yeah.
entire fight with what are they called? The Crazy 88 or something like that. Where it's just that entire ending sequence is just so bloody, and all the colors that they use. There's
Must have
one
taken a
point.
long time to film that.
Oh yeah,
I wonder
definitely.
how many takes.
A bunch,
Yeah.
I'm sure. I
I wonder
think.
what the amount of takes that Tarantino usually does for.
I
a
don't
scene.
know. I don't know.
It's got to be high.
Yeah, because there's some directors that are like notorious for it, like Kubrick.
Yeah. Yeah.
He would
Stanley
have
Kubrick.
his actors take scene after scene after scene until like the point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
You know.
I heard that in The Shining, that was like the reason why you had some of those nice deranged, like Jack Nicholson was kind of deranged, and it felt authentic in certain places because he really was on like the 70th or 80th take.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't know what else to do here.
Yeah, well, that's why the woman in the movie did not like that, like filming with Kubrick.
Oh, really?
What's her name?
I don't know.
I
I
can't
don't really
remember what her
remember
name
anything
is.
else.
Yeah, but that's like one of the main reasons she didn't like working with him was because she would have to do take after take, and like, I gave you a good take, why do I have to do another one? Oh,
When you're
man.
working with the goddamn masters, you got to kind of bend to their will,
Yeah.
I think, and just, you know.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think that's why actors are always willing to make that sacrifice for Tarantino movies. That's why, like in Jackie Brown, you see De Niro maybe taking a role that's not as like
Yeah.
featured, because to work with Tarantino and be in a Tarantino movie is like a fucking its own honor.
Yeah, it
You
really
know?
is.
It's like that's why they are always able to get so many good stars, because it's like Tarantino only makes so many. You know,
Yeah.
if you have the option or the shot, you should take it, because
Yeah.
this is like. It's going to go down. You know, people are going to be viewing this hundreds of years from now.
Yeah.
Still,
Yeah.
it's going to be considered to be the, greatest, some of
Yeah.
the greatest of all time.
Pinnacle of films. Oh
Yeah,
man.
for sure. I think so.
Yeah.
think this
Especially
would be-
these two. Like Volume 1, it's definitely like ends. It just has a hard stop.
Yeah.
But then you start watching Volume 2, and it's the same style of movie, but it's a little bit longer and it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because you see the bride's, like, you don't see her fall in the beginning Volume 1. You're just kind of thrown in where she's already kind of kick-ass, and then you get her back when she's in a coma.
Yeah.
And then it's like, all right, now she's kicking ass. You see a little bit of like a hero's rise.
Yeah.
In that sort of sense in the first one. And then in the second one, almost immediately, I don't know, like 30 minutes in, you see her being buried.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, that's definitely like putting her down into the dirt. And then she fucking rises up again, like this from a second death. You know, it's so goddamn good.
She's a fucking badass, man.
Hell yeah.
Was it a premeditated thing to do both movies on Quentin Tarantino's part? Do you think?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
He's such a calculated guy. I feel like he would just like.
Yeah.
He made the second one first.
Yeah. I don't know. It's so interesting to look at because they're very much the same movie, but why would you cut them in half? Maybe it was for the time because it was like early 2000s when he made them.
Yeah. They were pretty fucking big.
Yeah.
I remember when they came out, they were
huge.
Yeah, they were definitely big, dude.
Yeah. But like maybe right now we have movies that are like 3.5 hours in the movie theater.
Yeah.
You know, and at the time in the early 2000s, I don't think anybody really wanted to put that much time into it. So like an hour and a half.
Yeah, there wasn't as much of that. Around that time, movies were getting, I remember like specifically there was a trend of movies getting shorter. There were still a lot of good movies around that time.
Yeah.
That I was going to the movies a lot in that era. But,
yeah, but they definitely were shorter. So maybe that had to do with why it was cut into two.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, also, it's probably good. You know, you cashed in a lot more.
Yeah, like a lot more.
Shit,
oh, man.
Yeah.
So let's. What do you think about the ending? Do you remember the ending?
You gotta tell me, bro.
Okay, so the ending.
I've never seen this movie.
The bride finally makes it to Bill because obviously she has a list and she's going through it one through however many, 6, I think, like killing everybody one by one. And so she finally makes it to Bill. And he has her daughter, which he's raised. and he's raised her to be just as cold-hearted as him because she has a fish and it flops out and she just steps on it. She's like, well, I didn't want to watch it die, so I just killed it. And it's like very plainly like, yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
It's like, no, this like 5-year-old doesn't need to know that.
Yeah.
You know? But then they have a discussion and like talk it out as to what's going on. He's like, well, I know you're here to kill me, so why don't you just do it? And then she like does this really cool fucking thing and just like explodes his heart or something like that.
Yes.
Oh, it's so good.
Yes.
Man. David Carradine's such a good actor. It's too bad he choke jerked himself to death.
Did you really?
I think it was David Carradine. Yeah.
I like how you put that choke jerked.
Yeah, that's what it is. He like autoerotic
asphyxiation.
That's it. Yeah.
Don't ask me how
he died jerking off.
Well, a lot of people have done it. The dude singer from NXS did it.
Yeah.
Fucking. I
think it was David Carradine. Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure it was him, because that's always what I hear about is David Carradine choke jerking to death.
It's not a good way to go out.
No.
Not a lot of honor for your family.
No, definitely not.
I don't know. It's not like really a tragic death. It's almost like, just imagine the funeral, a choke jerk funeral. Everybody's there, and it's like, oh, what a tragedy. It's like he was just trying to get a nut in a different way, you know? The normal way wasn't good enough, so he really just had to. Yeah,
he died from choke jerking.
Different strokes.
Yeah, for different folks.
He needed a different stroke, you know?
So I hear it's pretty damn good. I'm never going to try it.
Oh, never, bro.
It has to be like the best thing ever. Because there have been so many people.
Dude, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, if that's your thing and it's like your kink, then perhaps it is. But if you're just like having normal, like a semi-normal or normal sexuality.
Right. I mean, it's a little weird.
I mean, like just normal jerk doesn't do it for you. I mean, just get it out and then you'll be done with it. You're gonna the thing with after you bust, you know, you're like you just want to do something else. You want to get back to your life,
right?
You know, you just want to be done with the porn. It's almost like the same thing. Like, why go through to hang yourself? Why go through all of that?
Right.
Just fucking before you even hang yourself in the closet, just get the nut out and then go do something else.
Yeah.
Go work on something.
You need that post nut clarity.
Yeah.
You're like, Should I do this? Like before, you're just like, should I do this? I don't know. Let me jerk off. Let me jerk off first to make sure, and then you finish, and it's like,
before doing
I shouldn't do it.
that post jerk fucking clarity, that was so well put, James. Yeah, before you hang yourself in the closet, make sure that you
jerk off first. Yeah.
Then if you really want, dude, what kind of savage would do it afterwards? Oh my god.
Somebody who really
is
wanted to
committed
kill
to that.
themselves. Yeah.
Somebody who really has a love for the game that's authentic and runs deep.
Oh, you got to do it for the love of the game, bro.
Yeah, for the love of the game, man. Not for money.
Just choke jerk.
Choke jerk.
Oh man. Think that's David Carradine's claim to fame is choke jerking himself to death.
You checked on your phone. Was that? Did he?
Yes. Yeah, he died from auto asphyxiation erotica or whatever.
I love it. I'm always gonna call it choke jerk from now on. I like.
Hell yeah! I mean, that's
fucking hilarious.
That's what it is.
I've never heard anybody put it like that before. Choke jerk.
Oh, it's super popular on the internet right now.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Choke jerk.
Oh man. Jeez, but man, other than like the marring of himself for dying in that way, like he's such a goddamn good actor, especially in this movie. Yeah. He's like got that chill vibe to him, but he's like, you can tell immediately, oh, this dude's like killed people.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like would do it again and has done it again multiple times.
Really great acting.
Yes.
Always with Tarantino,
through the entire
especially
movie.
with all these movies, but in Kill Bill, there's such great acting across the board.
Yeah.
Really believe that these people are who they are.
Oh, definitely. And I think it's really good during the like present day sequences, because when it goes to when she's training, it's like super campy.
Yeah.
You know, because her kung fu master is speaking Chinese, and it's all subtitled, and all the audio is a little off for his vocals. So it's like, oh man, this is like old school kung fu movie style stuff. But then you get to modern day, and it's like, oh, this is like really fucking good acting. Yeah. Everything's really, really good.
Yeah, Tarantino's so good with that, with just blending all of his different influences.
Yes.
Into a cool, cohesive package. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so goddamn good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So what do you give Kill Bill 1 on a scale from 1 to pain?
Just the first movie?
Just the first one.
Oh man, I would give it an 8.75.
8.75?
Yes, because I don't like how it ends.
Okay.
I don't like that it ends so like abruptly. I want it to continue. Yeah. It should have just been one movie. But yeah, I understand.
I'll give it an 8.5.
Okay.
An 8.5.
So what about Volume 2?
I'd probably have to give it an 8.5 as well.
Okay.
As bad as that seems.
I would have to give it like a 9.25.
Oh, really?
The entire package, I'm going to give a 10. It's probably my favorite as an overall, because I really like
Tarantino movies?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
No way.
Oh yeah. Damn, like I love them all, but I think as a complete package, the story that's told from beginning to end is so goddamn good.
Yeah.
It's so well acted. And I just have a thing for like old school kung fu movies.
I know you love that shit.
I love it. Oh, it's so good.
You love it.
The music's so good.
Yeah, the RZA.
Yes, dude.
Wu-Tang.
He's such a good producer. Yeah. When it comes down to it, so goddamn good.
It's got to be a different challenge. You know, you go from making hip hop to just scoring film. You know, it really shows that the talent that he possesses to be able to do that. And
yeah, his acting chops. I don't know about that as much, but yeah. I don't know. Maybe we'll watch The Man with the Iron Fist one day.
Man with the Iron Fist?
Oh, it's not good. It's all right.
It's not good?
But it's okay.
Is that a movie he made or directed or acted
He acted in it. In both of them, actually.
Was it a Tarantino movie?
No.
Who was it?
No. I can't recall. I'm not entirely sure. But they're all right.
It's just all right.
Yeah. I think Kurt Russell's in them as well.
Okay.
it's really strange.
That's why it sucks. I'm just kidding. Kurt Russell's really good in fucking what is it, the Hateful Eight?
Oh, not Kurt Russell. Shit.
You're thinking of a different Kurt.
I'm thinking about somebody else.
Oh.
I don't know. I can't remember his name at the moment. That's not Kurt Russell though. Yeah.
Well, it's a forgettable movie, forgettable cast.
Yeah. A little bit. It's not that great. The music's good because the RZA made it, but not a good movie.
Yeah.
But so, overall, what would you give them? Volume 1 and 2, you already gave them separate scores. What would you give it?
Dude.
As
Together
a complete
as a
package?
Piece, yeah, that's.
Because it definitely is just one story. Because it's not like Volume 1
9.2.
9.2?
9.2 as a
It's
whole.
understandable.
As a whole. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get why you would give both of them a 10.
Yeah.
And, yeah, because the first one kind of, like you said, ends abruptly.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So I would definitely recommend going out and trying to find these ones.
Go rewatch it, man.
Yeah.
You've probably seen it before. It's just been a while.
Yeah. And especially if you go to some thrift stores,
Yeah.
you will definitely find these. Like when we met up
Yeah.
at the thrift store the other day,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, let me go look at the DVDs. I found Kill Bill Volume 1.
really?
I was like, oh, here. It's right here.
Oh,
You
nice,
know?
man. Nice.
I didn't find 2, but 1 was there. It had a different cover. It's very strange.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was like somebody had printed it out. Just the front part, not the back part. The back part was the same as the regular copy, but the front part was different.
It doesn't matter how great you are as an artist. You go through, you spend so much time, so much money on these masterpieces, and they just end up in the thrift store crate.
Yep.
Or
For like
the library.
$1.50.
For $1.50.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
But
That's
oh
what
well.
it is. It's the cycle of life, you know?
It is.
You get, working towards something like that, it gives you purpose.
It does.
And a life without purpose is not worth living.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's going to be it for this episode of Working Title Podcast. This has been Bloody Christmas, where we've been talking about all of Quentin Tarantino's movies.
All of them.
Next time we'll be talking about, I don't know, we'll see. I don't know, we got 3 left.
Yes.
Yeah, Death Proof, Inglourious Bastards, and The Hateful Eight.
Yes.
Oof.
Great ones there.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Yeah, well, we'll catch you next time when we continue our Bloody Christmas. Have fun. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.